I know for my own self, because when it comes to any kind of technology, I can feel my nervous system going off, and I just feel like I need to just ground myself a little bit. So I would ask anybody and everybody, if you're keen to do this. I've got one more person coming through. Hi, Carol. Hi, Carol. If we could all just close our eyes, put our hands on our hearts. And please just mute your mic so that it's only my voice coming through, please. Or I can actually do it. I'll do it from my side. Okay, I'm just seeing who else I need to mute. So just close your eyes. Let's coming into this space. If you want, place your hands on your heart. Taking a few big breaths. It's feeling our hearts beating. Coming into this beautiful energy of togetherness, of kindness, of compassion, of love. It's feeling ourselves connecting to Mother Earth and feeling ourselves connecting to all that is out there, as we are all one. We are all divine beings of light and love. And some of you may feel whatever you're feeling. I was going to give some words and I just thought, no, let this be your experience as it is my experience. You may see some colors, you may not, and that is okay. We're all just showing up. And I, Michelle Carpenter, feel incredibly, incredibly honored and privileged to have you all here. And my heart just expands with so much love for every single one of you. Just asking our hearts to open, connecting, connecting, connecting. And if any of you have an intention of what you would like to hear, please just set it in your third eye. Put it out there in the field right now. Ask and let it go. And thank your hearts for beating. Doing what it needs to do. And feeling the divine connection between all of us. And again, from myself, from my heart to each and every one of yours, I'm incredibly grateful and honored that you are all here this morning, this evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for trusting me and for trusting the guidance of what's going to come through. Taking one last big breath. Just feeling yourselves being in this beautiful present moment. Okay, slowly open your eyes when you are ready.
I'm just going to listen to this.
Okay, I'm just seeing if everybody's muted. If you haven't muted your mics, please do. So I've received a message this week from the Council of Eight. And for those of you who are new to hearing from the Council of Eight, there are angelic beings of light. They are ascended masters. They'll probably introduce themselves if they feel that they need to. And I've had this message from them saying, we have a message for humanity. And I never know what comes through. I know often in any kind of one-on-one connections with my clients, when they are giving guidance or suggestions, I know in my head, I can feel myself saying to them, oh my God, that's amazing. Like, how do you guys think of this? And they really are. I feel so honored to be able to channel them. And so let's just see what comes through. I will close my eyes. I'll take a few big breaths and I'll connect with them. They are here. They've been here. I hardly slept last night from excitement. And so I keep, like, even when I was brushing my teeth this morning, are you guys here? I just got to make sure you're here. Please, like, this is my first gathering. Don't let me down. So let's see what comes through. Okay. Just want to make sure, can you all hear me clearly? Okay. We welcome each and every one of you, beings of light, to this session, to the showing up of not only hearing the messages that are coming through, but showing up for yourselves, your individual selves. We are, as Michelle has mentioned, what we are calling ourselves, the Council of Eight, and there are many around the world. So for many of you that are here today, you may have heard of other councils of eight, or other councils, or other channelers. We are beings of light. We are all, we are nothing. We are everything. We are all possibilities. And we, if we were to be excited, as excitement is a human emotion, we are dancing for joy. And throughout the session, we are creating fun, as fun is what humans have forgotten to have. We are particles of light. We are shooting stars. And we are excited for what is to come on the human plane. As we are delivering our message and messages to all of you today, and what is to perhaps go out into the world, we are asking all of you to please remain within your heart space. Keep opening up your hearts, asking your hearts to open up. It is that simple. So many of the humans that are walking on earth are in what we would term fear. Fear of the unknown. For those of you that are here this morning, today, this evening, do you know that fear is non-existent? It is non-tangible. How does one even feel fear? How does one even make fear real? We are asking all of you to sit with that. Ask your bodies collectively and individually if you feel any fear in this moment. And where does it sit? Where does the word fear sit within your bodies? If it does, it is simple as breathing the word out. On an inhale, breathe the word light, love, kindness, compassion, caring into your heart center. And on the exhale, breathe out the word fear. There is a statement that has been going around for a very long time: false evidence appearing real. And this is becoming a truth for so many human beings that we are noticing. Yet we would ask again, if you had to all visualize the word fear, can you see it as a bubble that has been blown out of a straw? And you notice the bubble going up, poof, dissipating, perhaps becoming like molecules of water. It is that simple. Yet humans have made this huge, 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 huge. And what we mean by this huge, 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 huge is that this existence of this so-called virus, every single one in their mind's eye have at some point, including Michelle, made this huge. And if you take away the E from huge, what do you get? Hug. This is where humans have been lacking for centuries, a very, 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 very long time. They have forgotten how to hug one another. They have forgotten how to touch one another. Touching one another is something that humans miss, yet from their own teachings of what they have interpreted, we cannot touch one another. We have to take away our voices with these masks. Yet what our hope is that beyond the mask, beyond the fact where everyone, including New Zealanders in this moment, are wearing their masks, notice people's eyes as eyes are the window to the soul. So when Michelle walks her dog, she does not wear a mask. It is a choice that she has made. And it is not because she is not honoring or dishonoring anyone else. She is honoring others who are wearing masks, and she is aware to walk around them, to not get close, as there is an energy, a vibration that comes towards her and her dog as she is walking, and she picks up on it. Yet those that are wearing masks, she will smile at them. And some of them would put their heads down, and others would smile through with their eyes. Even when you are walking in a supermarket, connect with your eyes, as the connection with the eyes connects to the heart. And this is what our hope is from above and beyond, is that the reconnection is happening. As you are aware, for those who have shown up here today, even for those who have been in fear or allowing themselves to go into fear. It is as if some of you have been taking your toes and dipping into the water. If you are taking your toes, standing above on a bank or an embankment, and you look over and you take your toe and you tip it on the top of the water without placing your whole foot in. It is a choice. One toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. No, too cold, and you may pull back. Or, let me immerse my whole foot in. And then let me bring my second foot in. And what we mean by this is, where are you immersing yourself? Are you putting one toe forward, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, whole foot? How are you diving in? Or are you holding back? And some of this might not make sense to you as we are saying what we are saying, yet you will all get it on one level or the other. So again, please connect to each other's eyes through these masks. Smiles are noticed through the masks. Saying good morning, good evening, thank you, still happens through these masks. It is as if the world, the universe, is going through massive transformation. And have any of you played a board game where you will receive the timer, and the timer has fine particles of sand in it? And when you have a starting time, you turn the timer around, and the particles, those fine particles of sand, are falling to the other side of the timer. This is where the world is going through extreme changes, exciting changes. Please know, for those of you who have shown up here today, not challenges, changes. Yet we notice that some of you go down these wormholes, go down these rabbit holes, and you get caught up in what one would claim to be the darkness. It is as if a rabbit is going down a hole and it is digging and 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 waiting to come out on the other side. Yet it's still going down and digging and digging and digging and digging. And it is not coming up or not turning around or not backtracking to come out of the hole, to come out into the sun. The sun is still shining, people. And Michelle is saying to us right now, not in New Zealand. It is raining right now. Yet, the rain is cleansing, is it not? It brings change, does it not? And for those of you that have the sunshine in other parts of the world, it shines brightly. To go back to the timer, the sands of time are changing. Change is happening in this moment on a cellular level in every single one of your bodies. Change, vibration. Vibration brings change. And as you all collectively are going into your heart spaces and bringing the change, as you are all vibrating on a different level. You are bringing upliftment. Each and every one of you is shifting the vibration. Humanity has been in a downward spiral for a very long time. And we know that humans live a duality. We too have lived on the earth planes. We know that where there is dark, there is light. Where there is happiness, there is sadness. Where there is negative, there is positive. And again, for those brave souls that are showing up for themselves individually, the ones that are speaking out, it is about shining your lights like the Statue of Liberty. She shines her light bright. Shine your lights bright. Smile at other individuals. Some of those individuals may not know what to do with your bright light. And that is okay. As the change is coming, it is happening, it is happened. Not has happened, it is happened. There is talk of the ascension. Ascending. We would ask you all individually to ask yourselves, what does ascending mean? What does ascension mean to each and every one of you? How are you transcending in this very moment? How are you communicating or computing? What are you thinking about? There is a very real statement. What you think about, you bring about. Yet, what a lot of humans have forgotten is that it's in the feeling and feelings and vibration as what the heart center sends out. What the heart center sends out. And please notice Michelle's hands. It sends out. It sends out. It sends out. Right now, Michelle's body is quivering as the vibration within her body is incredibly high. She is tingling. And she says to us, as we are coming through her, do I need to breathe? Do I need to slow down? What do I need to do? Do you see that is mind stuff? Yet she is equally picking up on all of your high vibrations. Heart space, as you are all very centered within your hearts right now. So now is the time, right now in this moment, collectively, individually, please ask yourselves, what do I want for me? What makes me feel good? How much more joy am I deserving? Not how much more joy do I want? How much more joy am I deserving? How many more people can I smile at? How many more people can I connect with? How many more people, family, loved ones, friends, can I send a message to say, we've got this. I'm here for you. I know we haven't spoken for a while. I'm reaching out to say hi. And this is the ripple effect. This is the vibration. These are the feelings, as you can hear, in our excitement, in our joy, in our blissful space. This is what we are wanting more of from humans and humanity. And it is happening. Michelle has tears that are coming down her face. It is happening. Connection, reconnection is all that is needing to happen. If you are thinking about a specific person and you have wondered if they are okay, whether it be somebody that you connected with 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 5 minutes ago, again, send them a message, pick up the phone, send them an email, connect with them to say hi. Michelle's smile could not be brighter as by her connecting with a human being across the world 2 weekends ago. This woman reached out to her and said that she was in such suffering. Her body has been going through a huge amount of pain and suffering and change and evolving. And she did not know how to connect to all that is out there, to the consciousness that is out there, to her beings of light, to her guides. And she sent Michelle a text message saying, I can't do this suffering anymore. She was going through changes in her relationship. And Michelle called her. She did not answer. Michelle texted her to say, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Think of one good thing. I'm here for you. And Michelle's husband said to her, how do you do that? How do you just reach out and be okay with that? Is there a possibility that this woman would book another session? And Michelle said to her husband, it does not matter. I've got a hope that she doesn't take her life today. And she didn't. And within 2 weeks, this woman is beaming. She's getting it. The change has happened. The shift has happened. And there is more to the story, where this woman's son, he too almost took his life on the same day. And this woman had to step in as the mother that she is. And the change happened. It was massive. The son rolled his truck, and his guardian angels were looking after him. The police would not have found him. The mother's instinctiveness to call him to see if he was okay is what saved his life amongst other humans who were all in the collective of this young man's projection of reconnecting to his knowing, to himself, yet he has been caught up by the pain and suffering of being in a relationship. So our point in sharing the story is that you never know. You never know. You may have one person who has been reaching out and 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 reaching out. And every time this young person or one person reaches out, you may have moments as human beings where your eyes roll in the back of your head and you go, oh, when is this person going to want to do something different? We know every human has these moments, and that is okay. Yet again, it is the ripple effect. The ripple effect. Again, please notice Michelle's hands. The vibration, the ripple effect happens. It happens like the butterfly effect. A butterfly's wings are so soft and gentle, yet it affects so much. Upliftment, joy, fun. As young kids, you all knew how to have fun. Blow bubbles, color in, go and build mud cakes if you need to, and put leaves in it and sticks and twigs. Get your hands into the soil of life. Everything is interconnected. Not one of us, not one cell is not connected, is not joined together. And if you notice or can remember as adults, when you blew bubbles, there was a shimmer, there was colors. There are colors if you choose to go and blow bubbles. And the bubble, it held a vibration. And some bubbles were small and some bubbles were big. All of you showing up here today are beautiful big bubbles. Bubbles of light, bubbles of love. What color is your bubble? And we do not mean the bubble of what and how this vibration of this pandemic, how it is manifesting or has been created to create bubbles within the bubble, within the bubble, within the bubble, within the bubble. And please notice, once again, we were going into a downward spiral. You are bubbles of light. You all have a high vibration within you. Your manifestation of what you are creating is happening. In the expansion of your hearts, there is a huge amount of power within this group. And what we mean by that is some of you are warriors. You are in the front. You are the ones that are finding your voices, using your voices to bring about difference. Then, behind those warriors, you have as strong warriors who are the ones who are giving the energy and who are giving the support from behind. They may not be the ones who have their voices, yet they are equally standing and holding space within the vibration. And then you have the ones who are behind those ones who may be in the middle. And they too are equally the strong warriors. Yet humans have programs. Humans have conditions. Humans have deep-seated belief systems. And if we had to play on the word belief, be a leaf. And what do leaves do? Some stay on trees, if they are evergreen. Some of them, in the autumn or the fall, they fall off the tree. And have you noticed how peacefully they fall to the ground? Yet some leaves that are in certain gardens can clog up the pipes within the house, within the gutters. And what we mean by this there is that there are certain humans who will do and bring the clogging. Please, 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 do not allow those certain humans to lower your vibration. Look at it as if you get a ladder, you climb up the ladder, and you unclog, you pull the leaves out. And when you pull the leaves out, you're either going to recompost them or put them into a dustbin or a bag and throw them away. And then your gutters are able to filter once again. So be a leaf. Which one are you? Are you the evergreen one? Are you the one that floats by and peacefully allows yourself to fall? Or are you going to be the one that clogs up the gutter? The one that clogs up the gutter is clogging up so much within the vibration of the human being. The one that clogs up is the one that feels the contraction, not the expansion. The one that clogs up is the one that clogs up the arteries from the heart. The one that clogs up is the one that holds on to the pain. And yet when a heart is beating with joy, with love, with compassion, it has a beautiful, even beat. And it allows everything to filter into the body as in how it needs to. We would now open up one person at a time, please. If you have a question for us, please unmute your mics and ask a question if you would like to ask a question. We cannot hear. Is there someone who wants to ask a question? Someone has unmuted their mic, yet they are not talking. We can hear you. No one? You humans are so funny. As after this session, after this recording, some of you are going to turn around and go, oh, I should have asked. Oh, man. And that is okay. Ask and you will receive the answer.
Yes, I have a question.
Please go ahead. What is your name, please?
Moni,
Hello, Moni.
what would you say is the best way we can prepare ourselves for the higher dimensions, knowing that we have already partially ascended, and how are we best to support our fellow humans in preparing and guiding the rest through this.
Thank you for this profound question, Moni. So it is about supporting yourselves individually and your immediate families, first and foremost. We are wanting you all to know that there are still going to be a huge amount of losses of lives for many, 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 many various reasons. Not what you have all been told. And we put these in inverted commas as this is what is being told to the ears that are listening. As governments, do they not only like to know about numbers, which has to do with money? And again, this is about individually lifting your heart space, doing things that bring you all individual joy. Have fun. There will be times, moments in time where there will be huge grieving, a lot of sadness. You will feel into the sadness. And then ask yourselves, go back into your heart space. Is this my sadness? And yes, if you lose a loved one along the way, you will grieve. There is a cleansing in the vibration that is happening on earth. And this cleansing that is happening is where it is as if the birds are picking at certain fruit trees. And what did birds do? They eat off certain trees. And when they are flying, they let go. And that seed will land where it's meant to land. And in the cleansing of the fruit trees, wherever they're eating, when they let go and have a poo, the seed will land where it's meant to land, and the seed will grow. So to answer your question, Moni, it is very much about yourselves, first and foremost, then your immediate family, and then again, reconnecting, communicating with those that you may have a thought about. Please know, for those of you who are deep empaths, please know that there is going to be moments in time, and we are going to say that again, moments in time, where your hearts will feel the vibration of the human grieving. Yet there is regeneration in all of this time, regermination in all of this time. And the change is happening. Even now, as we are coming through Michelle, change is happening. So do what brings you joy, as what brings you joy strengthens your immune system. Do you remember, any of you, watching King Kong beating on his chest? This boosts your immune system within your body, within your energy centers. This boosts your immune system. Breath boosts your immune system. Tarzan, for those of you who may remember Tarzan, sing, chant, boost your immune system, lifts your vibration. We hope you are all smiling right now, as we notice that some of you are. And when you sing, you may hear yourself say, "Oh, I'm tone deaf. I cannot sing. The Council of Eight said I must sing to lift my vibration." Yet, the old program, the old patterning would be to bring yourself down. Push through. Be like Tarzan. He did not care. He swung from tree to tree. And we know that this was make-believe, yet it'll bring a smile to your face. Your family will laugh at you, all individually. You may be having a lower vibrational day where you are feeling whatever you are feeling. You may be feeling that you are sad. You may be feeling that you are misunderstood. And in that moment, say to yourself, Tarzan, and you will laugh. And so will your family. That in that moment in time will lift your vibration. It is that simple. Yet humans have been taught that it cannot be that simple. It is impossible to be that simple. Yet it is possible. As when you are in your heart space, Moni, when you are working with the plants that you work with, we notice they bring you so much joy. You are a visionary, Moni. You have so much to offer this world. Please, 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 do not forget your magical hands, Moni. And we would highly recommend, for those of you that don't or haven't worked with Michelle, she loves to dance, she loves to sing, she loves music. And right now, she is saying to us, tell her the song, tell her the song. Billy Idol's Moni Moni. It has a great beat. That is how you lift your vibration of yourself, your partner, and your grandchildren and your children. When they walk into your home, they will feel that upbeat. Upbeat. We hope this answers your question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions?
I want to get some verification of something that I just went through today. It seems that people who are now split on the vaccine are going through a grieving process. The ones who choose not to take the shot are grieving for the ones who are, and vice versa. And I think back at the things I've been hearing and knowing is that every soul has come here for a purpose, and we all know a mission. We all come here for a mission, and our soul knows what we come here to do, and we know what our exit point will be. So what are we being prepared for? This grieving. It's almost like we're learning to grieve for another grief. Can you expand on that?
We can, Alba. Thank you for this question. So, Alba, we would ask you to find a way in the next few days, individually for yourself, to balance your nervous system. Your nervous system is unaligned right now. And we know that you are going through change. And the change that you are going through is bringing your own sense of grief. Grieving has always been a part of a human's experience, has it not? Grieving is what one would feel heavy within their hearts. The imbalance of the vaccination and the non-vaccination is exactly that, an imbalance of life. Yet humans have thoughts, humans have voices, humans have feelings. And the deep, 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 deep feelings, and notice Michelle's hands, is that there is rage, there is anger. And you feel this deeply, Elba, within your being, based on the work that you do. So it is incredibly important for you, Elba, to be a Tarzan, to find a way to reshift, revibrate, as you feel it intensely within your heart center. The grieve and the grieving that is to come is very much a part of the human experience, and always has been and always will be. As the hearts feel, a baby comes into this world, and as they come out, some cry as they want to stay in the comfort of being in the womb. Some come out and are incredibly aware. The babies that are being born within this time, the children in the last 10 to 15 years that have been born, are incredibly, incredibly aware. Hence, you are going to be noticing more children who are on the so-called spectrum, Asperger's, autistic, even maybe more Down syndrome children, as they only know unconditional love. Every human that is passing over, whether they are choosing to take their lives, whether they are choosing for their souls to take the peace or the path that they know for their own individual growth, is exactly that. It will bring sadness in many different levels, in many different forms. Many tears will be cried. The grieving, the grief, it is an individual's journey. The soul's passing over is an individual journey, as you are aware of, Elba. And the hardship is for those like yourselves, like Michelle, who are deep empaths, who do not like injustice. So we have explained to Michelle, and she has had this conversation many, many, many times. For those that are taking the vaccine, bless them. For those that are choosing to not take the vaccine, bless them. As energy is energy. And for those that are going to have the vaccine, for those who are walking on the path that many of you are walking on, Michelle has suggested to them, bless the vaccine before it goes into your body. Put both your hands on it. Love it. Think of it as gummy berry juice. There are so many misdemeanors that are being told, miscommunications, misvibrations that are coming out right now. Nobody knows what is the truth. Which one do I believe? Which throws each individual off their vibration, off their path, off their ascension. Each individual is doing what they feel is good for them. Yet, as humans do, they have plenty of judgment, do they not? As humans do, they have anger, rage, frustration, irritation. And that all holds them within a lower vibration. So bless those individuals that do not realize or know that they have free will. bless those that do not realize that they can make different choices. How can you, who are enlightened beings, how can you guide them? What could you say to them that's going to help them feel better? Last week, Michelle was walking her dog, and as you will notice, we like to use Michelle and her dog, as it is a very joyful experience every time she goes for a walk with her three-legged dog, whose name is Star. And this was the second day of when New Zealand went into lockdown. And she met an elderly couple walking up the road who did not have masks on. And they had a very easy conversation as Michelle asked within her heart space, when I walk Star, please let me have a joyful experience. She did not put a specificity of what the joyful experience needed to look like. And she met these two humans, and they were talking, asking each other how they were feeling in this new space of, we think this word lockdown is just a crazy word, is it not? And the one gentleman asked her if she had been vaccinated. And Michelle's answer was, not as yet. I'm sitting with it. And they heard that. There was no defenses. There was no shift in the vibration. It was still a pleasant conversation. And Michelle being Michelle, for those of you who know Michelle, she can be incredibly honest, can she not? And she said to them, the South African in me waits for all of you to go, and then we see. I've been through enough already, thank you very much. And they laughed. And they said, good point, fair point. And they walked away in peace. And this is where we are hoping that where this divide is happening, where the thought forms of thoughts that are going out there about the rage, the frustration that is creating and being created with the individuals who are having the vaccine and those choosing not to. It's creating a divide, negative, positive, happy, sad, negative, positive. Do you see how it all crisscrosses over as energy is energy? The grieving, Alba, is about the individual person grieving. And again, for those of you who are empaths, you will feel the grieving deeply. In those moments in time, again, put your hands on your heart center and say, is this mine, or am I feeling into the collective consciousness? Each individual soul knows its journey in this lifetime and many, 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 many previous lifetimes. Does this answer your question, Alba?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And we feel it is important to acknowledge each and every one of you for the work that you are all doing individually and collectively in the recalibration of the vibration, of the shifting of Mother Earth. As Mother Earth is shifting, it is almost as if you notice Michelle's shoulders, Mother Earth is going through a vibration. And when the shifting is happening, the fires will become bigger, the floods will become worse, the tidal waves will happen, earthquakes. There is an alignment in the ascension that is coming. And we are not saying this to you all individually to create fear, as fear does not exist. Please know this. It does not exist. Humans have created the fear with their own thoughts, with their own words. It is about shedding, letting go, as a snake does. It sheds its skin when it needs to. This is the shedding that is happening within Mother Earth and within the quantum field. There is shifts, there is changes, and this has been a very necessary time in humanity for the shifting and the shedding to happen. We would invite one more question, please.
This is Val. I have a tremendous drive for inclusivity and reaching out to those who are ready to raise their vibration. Have you any guidance on this, please?
So Val, could you please re-ask the question? Is it about the connection? Is it about the drive?
It's about the connection.
What you and your wonderful partner Anne are doing. There are no words. You are on a path of reconnecting and connection. And we thank you for this. The inclusiveness of the group that had reconnected in Taupo. These were souls realigning in their reconnection, was it not? And it has developed into an unconditionally loving vibration with all of these humans within this group, as when other groups are formed. As we know that the two of you belong to many other groups, and each group brings a different feeling within your heart space, does it not? So what we would suggest to you, Val, is that as long as it is not depleting your energy, as long as it is lifting your vibration, there will be certain humans that you will connect with that will not be of a joyful space, yet they will be very, 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 very grateful for the connection that you are making. So not every conversation that you are going to be having, Val and Anne, will be of a happy, joyful, laughing connection. And what we would ask of you is that you communicate to the connections that you are making, the communication that you are doing with these individuals, with these groups, that you set a boundary, Val, as you are an incredibly giving person. And so is Anne. Anne is your marker, as she knows how much you give of yourself. So as long as you know that it is not as if you are a balloon that is being blown up, and then you are feeling as if you are sucked of your energy, it is about pacing yourself. Yet what you are doing is a gift to the world. So we thank you and honor you for these connections. Pace yourself, Val. Pace yourself, Anne. As you are such amazing and remarkable, what one human would term to another human do-gooders. You want to do good all the time. And we are honored for the walk that you are walking. Yet at the same time, it is about giving to oneself. And you are all on this group. You are relearning that, giving to ourselves selflessly, self-love, selflessly, as opposed to selfishly. No one is going fishing for the love, yet you are taught to fish for the love. Selfish. I'm going to selfish. I'm going to selfish, and hopefully I'll catch a fish and bring it in. Self-lovely. We like that. We just made up a new word. So when you look in the mirror, self-lovely. Self-lovely. There we go. That's a better one. Self-lovely. We thank you for this reconnection. Does this answer your question, Val?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Elba, do you have a drum in the background? Because that is how we are beating. We are beating. You are all beating to your own rhythm. Beat the drum of joy. Beat the drum of gratitude. Beat the drum of glee, happiness. Watch things that make you happy. Watch things that make you laugh. When you feel yourself getting hooked in to the conspiracy theories, to other people's stuff, be consciously aware, bring yourself back to glee. Okay, I got hooked in. I went fishing. What kind of fish do I want to catch? Some of you might catch beautiful coral. Some of you might catch beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fish that will endlessly provide to your village, food for your village. And this is how we would like to end off today. What kind of fish are you sharing with your village? What kind of food are you putting out there? What kind of food are you putting out there? What kind of food are you putting in? What kind of feelings are you vibrating out? Heart beats to its own drum. And the happier and more joyful you feel, the more these beautiful synchronicities and reconnections will happen with all of you and for all of you. We thank you all individually for the work that you are doing, for showing up in the different time zones. We honor you and we send you plenty of blessings. Please feel this energy that we are sending right now into your heart spaces. Please breathe it in. And out. Namaste. How is that for everyone? Does anybody have anything they would like to chat about or ask?
I'd just like to say thank you for your time and for the Council of Eight.
And also congratulations, you did it. So now onwards and upwards.
Thank you, Jelly. Thanks for all your love and support, my friend. And thank you to all of you once again. Whew, now I get teary again because I'm so grateful. I wouldn't be who I am without all of you. Thank you for trusting me.
I'd like you to think about the image, Michelle, that broadcast that you've done in the top of the picture. That's it. That's that multi-dimensional energy that you're putting out there. That's fantastic.
Thanks, Ben.
It's very good.
Thank you, Alba. I know that, you've seen and heard so much. So that's an absolute honor. And it's not even me, I'm so grateful, like the information that comes through. Luckily, I don't remember any of it. But I know when I'm in it, I'm like, whoa, man. I've always asked. I never knew I was going to channel ever. And I've always asked to keep the information simple because that's how I retain information. I like it to be simple and I like it to be honest and funny. And there's a wonderful woman in Malibu, and we did an exchange of energy, and she said to me, her name's Margaret, and she's beautiful. And she said to me, gosh, Michelle, your guides are so chatty. I was like, that doesn't surprise me. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. Oh, gosh. But thank you. I am so honored that you've all trusted yourselves and me in this journey. And I feel so honored, honestly, from my heart to all of you. It sounds like we've all got some work to do, hey? Oh my God! Yeah, like, how much more?
It feels like I'm carrying this loving connection with all of you and all of the others who I feel connected to with me. So this tremendous aroha, it's beautiful.
I'd like to just say I've been listening to Alba and Jill the last couple of days. I'm so grateful for your work. It's wonderful. And Jill, I've listened to the little clip you're healing the matrix where you mention the thing that happened to you at Tahara. I just think it's wonderful to have made a contribution in that way.
Hey, I'm muted.
Yep, you're muted.
I'm muted. Thanks, Anne. So Anne, well, with permission from Michelle, and if you could tell them what you do and how that transpired.
Oh, yeah, sure. About 25 years ago, I went on a long 7-week retreat. And I'm a dowser. I'm asking questions all the time. And my goal on the retreat was to be able to see better, which is a bit strange, really, because I just started wearing glasses. Anyway, I was staying in this wonderful house with fabulous paintings and wonderful antique things. So I just asked from session to session, okay, what now? And I just cranked up my drawing skills that had been left kind of lying somewhere. And about halfway through, I could feel there was a change coming. I had no idea. And I was very, very nervous. I remember saying at our meeting, I panicked. I really was quite terrified. And yet I'd asked for it. I don't know if you've been there, you ask for it and then you think, oh no. So what happened was I got up this particular morning and I was told to go out into the village and buy something. And I was saying, what am I going to buy? And it was, I get, you just test your way past the shops and we'll tell you when to go in. So in I went to this particular little shop, and there was a craft knife that I had to buy. It was about £2. And I came home. I thought, well, what am I going to do now? Slit my wrists. Anyway, the information was to cut 4 pieces of paper, 6 inches by 4 inches. No, 6 inches by 9 inches. Anyway, whatever shape it was a rectangle, and to divide it in half. And through a series of incredible synchronicities, I couldn't find out what I was going to do, and I was getting more and more disheartened. And the postman arrived with a book from an ex-student that he'd had it for about 3 years, and in there was the words remedial patterns. And I thought, now I've got an idea what I'm going to do. And the first 4 that I did were based on Bach flower remedies. The first one was Star of Bethlehem, which, as you may know, is for shock, trauma, that kind of stuff. And there were images of the life force trapped in the bottom, and the kind of earthquake landscape above, which made a path towards the light. And I was completely bowled over by this, because I'd worked with that energy for a long time. And then this is what triggered Jill. I said another one was called Crabapple, but that had changed its name to Being Perfect. And that, again, shows this very, very fine grid in the bottom that, you've got to do step by step by step by step. And it completely closes your energy down. And in the top, there's this burst of the energy field. And it's green, it's vibrant. In the bottom of the Star of Bethlehem one, it's all purple and bruised. And I just began to see what was coming here. And over the next few years, I produced many of these cards. And the ones I spoke about at Tahara were about group consciousness, and how these cards are completely upside down. The bit that you're trying to change is on the top. But then from Center's work, I realized that actually the group consciousness that we've already got is very top down, and it's very crushing to our individual and collective spirits. This is why our work is so important, because we're allowing that universal, that love, that energy, that transcendent energy to come through us and out into the world. And so I explained a bit about those 6 images, which were about, we're not separate. We need to cultivate honesty, so that, people here will be seeing what other people are thinking, or how the energy moves. And we can't go into a new world where we're lying all the time. It's fascinating, the whole thing. It's opened up so much for me. So yes, and if I put my email in the chat, please send me a number between 1 and 46, and I'll send you an image. And hopefully that will help to feed your ongoing journey.
Wonderful. Thanks, Anne.
Thanks.
I didn't know I was going to do an advert.
And for those of you who don't know, or perhaps do know, or need a reminder, Jill and Alba's book, The Discourse, or even the YouTube sessions, you can go and have a look. They're incredibly, I'm still sifting through, like, The Discourse is my go-to every day. I'm like, okay, tell me what I need to hear, tell me what I need to learn, and I just open it up like my little daily cards. And but yeah, so much information as well, so anything to uplift ourselves. But please go ahead and can you order them, Jilly, or is it, or Alba, is it there? I don't know, have you got more books coming to New Zealand?
The books are through Amazon.com. It's pretty expensive in New Zealand for the printing, I believe. They also have Audible version. You could do the Audible. You'd have to sign up and get credits because Audible works with credits.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all 12 sessions.
Okay.
In the YouTube channel, it's only 12 sessions, but in that one, in the Audible, if you can't get the book. But the book is the best because you could actually just flip open a page and it's almost like a textbook almost to me. You know, it just has different lessons and different questions, and it's very simple because I ask questions in a very simple format. I don't get very deep into anything, so I ask the question as I would be asking for anybody, and so it's just a question and answer, the whole book. Nothing. I don't think, Jill, it's anything really super deep. You know,
No,
it's a good beginner's book.
Yeah, they said they did it specifically to make it simple so that everybody would understand it, because what would be the point in giving information that's hieroglyphics at such a level that people can't understand? It just defeats the purpose completely.
Right.
For sure.
Yep.
But it's their words that are light encoded. So those first 10 sessions that are all for free, that are on Alba's YouTube channel. Just
The last 10. The last 10.
Sorry, the last 10. Yeah, the last 10. And then the first 2 are the only ones, the whole lot, which is an Audible or Kindle, I think, as well. And paper.
That's right, Kindle.
Yep.
If you have Kindle, it's also on there. So Kindle, you could highlight and you could do other things on Kindle. And you can get Kindle on any of your electronics. So it's a good way of ordering it. But it's a very, you know, I think it's a great book just to even tell other people about if they're just learning about this stuff.
Wonderful.
I think the thing that I love the most about the whole story as such is that as I'm now listening to other people and collectives, it's exactly the same story. It's exactly what your guide said today about declogging, decluttering, and just flowing freely. So basically not holding on to anybody else's stuff and releasing your own stuff. Let's call it SHITE, right? So just releasing it all. That is the main message, because how the hell are you a light being if you're carrying stuff? No, then you're a heavy traveler. And it's just a little reminder. That's all it is. It's like having those, not affirmations, what are they? Those little things that you get and you flip them over and they give you the fabulous upliftment for the day.
Yeah,
It's everything all of us know. It's just a reminder. It's just another kick up the rear.
Well, I love the visual of the leaf. I was like, yep, that's what I want to be. I just want to see where am I going to land? Where am I going? I want to be that leaf that just goes wherever, you know. And then I saw some things like, some of them, the evergreen trees, they just want to stick. They just want to stick because that's the safety net. That's the safety blanket. You know, I'm not going anywhere. I'm this leaf on this tree. And, but yeah, it's just profound. And you're right. I think there's so much of the similarities of what's being channeled and said. But if there's one thing I keep doing is I just keep going to joy. And I do not follow, if somebody sends me something and I look and I go, what a load of shit, man. I'm watching this. And and it's just like, if it doesn't feel good to me, if it doesn't lift my vibration, I'm not interested. That's plain and simple. Doesn't mean I don't grieve. It doesn't mean I don't feel sad. Doesn't mean I'm not going through menopause at the moment. Oh my God, that's hard.
David Wilcox has a word for it. It's fear porn.
Oh, wow.
He calls it fear porn.
Okay.
And people are addicted to it.
Yep. That is so true. That is so true. And isn't it just what happens though in life? People do, they get hooked in. And the more it's like, okay, what else am I? And before you know it, you're going down that wormhole. So, which doesn't help. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for connecting.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you, Alba, for Jilly, Val, Rainy. Rainy was my admin guy. Thank God. Thank
Good
you.
job.
Yeah, Anna. Sophia, lovely to see you too. And Caroline and Viv, have a beautiful day. Belinda, are you in South Africa? I can't remember.
No, Melbourne.
Melbourne. Ah, awesome. Okay, good. Okay. Kath, Rachel, have a great day, everybody.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Lots of love. Bye.
Bye-bye.